Patti, who stayed here for a couple months, and they sent an email a couple weeks ago. And the reason for this email was because they had hit a deer on their way over to the eastern part of the States, as you guys know, right?
Yeah.
And they are going to Nova Scotia. Well, the day before, the last day I saw Rick, him and I were out in the backyard throwing the ball around,
Right.
and he professed his love for baseball, and I professed my love for sports, and we bonded. It was awesome. And in the time together, I shared a couple baseball stories from earlier in my life. One of them was when we went to Toronto and Southern Ontario the year I graduated from high school.
Who were you with?
This is my dad with my brother, and we went to a Blue Jays baseball game. So I told Rick this story about how awesome it was and the experience we had. And this was something that was amazing that happened when I was there. It was about halfway through the game. There was a guy, Toronto was playing against the Philadelphia Phillies. There was a guy up, he's a right-handed batter. His name is Doug Glanville.
Oh, Doug.
Yeah, Doug Glanville. Get ready though, okay? So this is part one. So Doug Glanville's up the bat, and the guy throwing the ball for the Blue Jays he used to pitch for the New York Yankees at one time, and he threw a no-hitter, which is a game that it's a big deal. So anyways, this guy, his name is David Wells, throws the ball. Doug Glanville, because David Wells throws a wicked curveball, Doug Glanville was way ahead of the pitch, and so by the time he hit it, it was a foul ball. And my cousin Michelle was sitting beside me. I had my baseball glove. We were about 10, 15 rows up, kind of past the third base spot, more out in the field. And I reached over with my glove and I caught the ball.
Wow.
And the ball went halfway through the mitt and the fingers in my glove.
Yeah.
He was screaming, and I actually caught it right in front of her face. Dead true story. And she's a really beautiful girl, so I think she's still grateful. So anyways.
Could have killed her.
And I know, it was a screamer, and I'd caught a lot of baseballs before that in my life, never had that. And then I'm on the Jumbotron at the Sky Dome in Toronto with
right?
20, 30,000 people, and I'm in this orange Adidas shirt. And it was this awesome experience, and I've always loved telling the story ever since. So I'm sharing the story with Rick, and he's like, oh, that's so cool. Anyway, they leave to head off over to Eastern States. We get this email. We've hit a deer, but Kyle, don't worry, there's something that's happened that we want to share with you. And I'm like, this is in the email. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay. And I write back, I'm like, what is it? And then I get this email back with this picture, and it's this guy holding a ball, this dark man holding a ball. He looks pretty young. And on the ball, on the space ball, it says, hey Kyle, great catch. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I write back, I'm like, who is that?
And that was the
Yeah, I'm like, who is that? I'm like, he looks really young. Maybe this is a guy playing in the major leagues right now. He looks young. And Patty writes back and goes, Rick's heart is broken. That's Doug Glanville. I'm like, what? It's Doug Glanville? And then Rick wrote me and he said, what we did is we were in the area, and I remembered when I worked at this one newspaper, I remembered that where Doug Glanville used to live.
No way.
So Patty and I went and knocked on his door.
Of course they did.
Went and knocked on the door with an
baseball.
authentic baseball. It said, and I don't know exactly what, but hey, Doug Glanville,